Hi, this is Brandon Spilley from ThirstGym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the Goblet Step Up with hip flexion. This is a great step-up variation, single leg option you can put in your programs for your athletes, your clients. You're also going to be able to work some hip flexion in this, which for many athletes they need, especially if they're working on any kind of running mechanics. You're trying to work on some acceleration, they're a track athlete, anything like that. I think adding some hip flexion in wherever you can get it is a good option, and this is one of those exercises that I really like. I really enjoy the goblet position. I think it helps keep the arms out of the equation and kind of limits the ability to lean into the exercise. So there's some pitfalls and issues that we can see with the step up, so definitely make sure you can coach that aspect of it up. But other than that, once you got it, it's pretty simple. So we got the dumbbell here, a plyo box, and what we're going to do is I like to find a box to where the athlete or client can get around 90 degrees of hip flexion. So basically we want to look like we're at the bottom of a squat. Otherwise, if it's anything other lower than that, we know that that athlete probably needs to work on just overall more lower body strength and less actual kind of push off this back foot. That's one of the big issues that we see with any kind of step-up variation is a lot of push off the back, which means we're probably getting a lot more calf work than we are actual glute and hamstring and actual leg work here. We also want to make sure that we're pushing through our whole foot and that we feel like we're almost heel heavy. We're going to take the goblet load position once all this checks out, and then that's where our load is going to be centered. The hip flexion is going to happen on the opposite leg. So this part of the leg is doing, my right leg is doing the work and the step up. My hip flexor on the opposite leg is going to do the flexion as I step up. So load goes here. You can keep it close to the chest. You can kind of get it out. You can kind of vary that based upon your athlete, what you want. Good quality step. Again, I want to pull off the box. I don't want to push like this. I want to pull off the box here, pull to hip flexion, pull, hip flexion. We'll look at the other side. So again, legs up here getting tall, chest is tall. I'm going to pull myself up with the left leg, and as my right leg comes through, I'm going to put it through hip flexion. Pull, hip flex. So a relatively simple exercise, just some coaching cues. You got to make sure you keep in check and that your athletes are able to perform it pretty safely. Understand that it's more of a pull up with the backside, more so than as a bounce off the calf, off the floor. And just drive that knee up as high as you can. Obviously, if you want to add an ankle weight to the ankles to make that hip flexion a little bit harder, you certainly could. But I also like is that when you're in that position, we're having to work on some stability as well in a single leg stance on top of that box. So it's kind of a good bang for your buck exercise, especially if you're trying to limit some of the stuff that you have going on with the lower body. When it comes to programming this, I would recommend that you're probably going to have this between 3 and 4 sets of probably 6 and 8 reps a leg. Anything more than that, it really almost starts to become like a cardiovascular exercise, like a step-up class. That's really not what we're after. We're kind of after some strength and make sure we're getting some good knee drive at the same time. So if you have any questions, feel free in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.